Angry Guy here, and today we're discussing why millennial men are causing panic in the US with massive unemployment. Yep, I mean, what did people think was going to happen? Yeah, so millennial men are causing panic in the US with massive numbers of unemployment. And researchers and officials don't know why. Why are so many millennial men unemployed in such a robust economy? All right, this is actually on the Inquirer. So let's go ahead and jump into this because I find this all too interesting that suddenly they're realizing that Main Street, got left behind by society. Let's look at this now. Millennial. This is by Gianna Smialek, and this is from Bloomberg. Millennial men leave perplexing hole in hot U.S. job market. Nathan Butcher is 25, and like many men his age, he isn't working. Weary of long days earning minimum wage, he quit his job at a pizzeria in June. He wants new employment, but says he won't take a gig he'll hate. So for now, the Pittsburgh native and father of young children is living with his mother and training to become an emergency medical technician, hoping to get on the ladder towards a better life. 10 years after the Great Recession, 25 to 34-year-old men are lagging in the workforce more than any other age and gender demographic. In other words, more so than women. I don't know why they used gender demographic. They should have said more so than women. About 500,000 more would be punching the clock today had their employment rate returned to pre-downturn levels. Many, like Butcher, say they're in training. Others report disability. All are missing out on a hot labor market and crucial years on the job, ones traditionally filled with the promotions and raises that build the foundation for a career. And a hot job market, guys. Yeah, we have an unemployment rate of 3.6%, but this is because so many people have dropped out and stopped looking for work. This is madness. This is absolutely crazy how they're coming to the numbers. I mean, the boomers, le boomers. Oh my gosh. At some point, you can have a bit of an effect of a lost generation, according to David Dorn, an economist at the University of Zurich. If you get to the point where you're turning 30, you've never held a real job, and you don't have a college education, then it's hard to recover at that point. Men, long America's, listen to this. Men, long America's economically privileged gender. So in the same article, they're throwing shade, unbelievable, have been dogged in recent decades by high incarceration and swollen disability rates. They hemorrhaged from high-paying jobs after technology and globalization hit manufacturing and mining. The young ones have fared particularly poorly. Many of them exited high school into a world short on middle-skill job opportunities, only to be broadsided by the worst downturn since the Great Depression. Employment plummeted across the board during the 2007 to 2009 recession, and 25 to 34-year-old men fell far behind their slightly older counterparts. Far. All right? Their absence from the working world has wider economic consequences. It marks a loss of human talent that dents potential growth. Young people who get a rocky start in the job market face a lasting pay penalty. And economists partly blame the decline in unemployed, marriageable men for the recent slide in nuptials. Men not marrying, an increase of out of wedlock births. Those trends foster economic insecurity among families, which could worsen outcomes for the next generation. Oh, you're not realizing this, but of course you're going to, instead of saying that men are struggling, you're saying men are screwing up. while throwing shade that why are so many men screwing up? Why is the most privileged group in the US screwing up? We don't understand. They have everything, so why aren't they succeeding? Butcher has a high school diploma, a resume filled with low-wage jobs from Target to Walmart to a local grocery store. He's being selective as he searches for new work because he doesn't want to grind out unhappy hours for an unsatisfying compensation. I'm very quick to get frustrated when people refuse to pay me what I'm worth, he said. Unbelievable. His choosiness could be a generational trait he allowed. His mother worked to support her 3 kids, whether she liked her job or not. That was the template for that generation. You were either working and unhappy or you were a mooch. He said people feel like they have choices nowadays, and they do. There's no one exception. There's no one explanation for what's sidelining men. Data suggests overlapping trends, but Butcher sits at a revealing vantage point. His demographic has seen the single biggest short jump in non-participation among prime age men over the last 2 decades. About 14% of 25 to 34-year-olds with just a high school degree weren't in the labor force in 2016, up from 6.4% in 1996, according to a Federal Reserve Bank of Canada's city analysis by economist Dean Tuzman. It's difficult to pin down whether those in the demographic want to remain on the sidelines or they're being kept there by the dearth of attractive options. They could be choosing to stay home or enroll in school, but because well-paying, non-degree requiring jobs in industries like manufacturing are fewer and further between. But it isn't clear why lost opportunity would hit young men hardest. Other social changes could be exacerbating the trend. Better video games might make leisure time more attractive. Some economists hypothesize and opioid use might make many less employable. Young adults increasingly live with their parents, and cohabitation might be providing a different form of insurance, said Eric Hurst, an economist at the University of Chicago. So the question looms: is the group's employment decline permanent? Survey data may offer clues. Young men have been reporting higher rates of school and training as a reason for their non-employment in the Labor Department survey, and a large share say that disability and illness are keeping them from working. Disability and illness. Yeah, the most privileged group, right? Those factors explain much of the wider post-2007 participation gap between 25 to 34-year-olds and their older counterparts, according to an analyst by Everscore ISI economist Ernie Tedeschi. Disability insurance overall has begun to fall amid economic gains, so young men offering that explanation might start working again. Tadashi said, as for school and training, it's not obvious that the move towards higher enrollment will reverse, or that it should. Education doesn't necessarily strike me as a policy failure, Tadashi said. Butcher, for one, hopes EMT training at the Community College of Allegheny County will be a first step towards a career in healthcare. He wants to earn enough to provide security for his son and daughter who live with their mother. It's a good start to a career, he said. Yeah, guys. Wow. So they're wondering why millennial men are doing so poorly. You know, there's a saying where if you want to destroy a country, weaken its men. You know, weak men produces a weak country, and a weak country can be taken over, can be controlled, and that's really as simple as it is. And I think that's what we're witnessing right now, where the American men has been their mood, their spirit has been broken. They've in many ways, American men have just given up. American men have given up in many ways because they're tired. They've had it. They've taken all they can take. They can't take any more. They can't take any more criticism, any more personal attacks on their character. They just can't. So what they're doing is they're just opting out. They're just opting out entirely of society, and they don't want to admit to it. And of course, what they're doing is they're trying to blame men. They're trying to blame men, and the irony is that as society starts to go downhill, as everyone realizes, oh my gosh, we're actually in a major economic collapse, they're going to blame men for somehow not being employed and not stepping up to fix all the problems. All right. And the interesting thing is they're going to literally witness men are just going to completely be on the sidelines. Men are not going to say a thing, not going to say a thing. And everyone's going to say, why are men so silent? They're silent because they're tired. They're done. You know, it's been like 20 years of just nonstop blaming them for every bad thing in the world. So they just walked away. Guys, don't forget that we're running a 24-hour sale on cryptomoney.academy, where every course is available for $99 for the next 24 hours. There's about 16 hours left. You can get any course right now. How to predict and profit from the cryptocurrency market, how to take profit from cryptocurrency and lose your entire investment, how to get valuable cryptocurrency for free without mining or paying for it, mastering the Ethereum wallet and blockchain. This course is usually $159. These are big savings. The latest course is how to predict and profit from cryptocurrency market. This course is $99.99. How to choose/invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times. This course usually goes for $299, and it is now going for $99 during the flash sale. You also have how to buy Bitcoins anonymously, introduction to day trading cryptocurrency for a living, and introduction to cryptocurrency if you don't know anything about any of those. All the courses are $99 right now with major discounts over the usual prices. So you can find links to this in the description of the video if you want to pick up a course. Because like I said, guys, right now, you can see that we're headed into a major economic downturn, major social global economic collapse. And while everyone is sitting on their hands and trying to act like it's not going to happen, it is happening. All right. So you can either prepare for it or you can do nothing. Anyway, let me know what you think about the fact that so many millennial men are not working and suddenly people are panicking because of the massive unemployment rates among millennial men and our millennial men of Generation Y. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're working currently or if you're underemployed. So many of you guys are. What you're doing. Are you investing in crypto? Let me know. We'll talk more about it in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. Love God, get money, and shares.